What's up, guys? Meow, and I'm back with another video today, and we've got another NASCAR race review to do. No Truck Series review this week because they ain't racing. They won't be back till later in March. But tonight we had the Xfinity Series race at Homestead, and wow, that was one hell of a race. Seriously, how the hell is Homestead not the championship race anymore? Seriously. I get it. Y'all want to move to Phoenix, but like, dude, this race was insane. And this is just Xfinity. We have, who knows what'll happen with the Cup tomorrow. But holy shit, what a race. So kicking it off, Austin Cindric takes the lead early, and he's got the lead for most of stage one. We get to about halfway through, and we get our first caution. Stephen Parsons spins, I believe, coming off turn 4, it looked like. So caution comes out for that. Bunch of guys pit. Daniel Hemrick has a bit of an issue getting into his pit box and almost clips one of his crew guys. Actually causes him to fall on his ass. So that happened. Rest of the stage goes green, and AJ Allmendinger gets the W. Justin Haley second, Daniel Hemrick third, Harrison Burton fourth, Jeb Burton fifth, Justin Allgaier sixth, Brandon Jones in seventh, Josh Berry in eighth, Michael Annett ninth, and Noah Gragson in 10th. In stage 2, we get Santino Ferrucci. He's making his Xfinity Series debut. Congrats to him. He gets in the wall early in the stage. He has to come down pit road, most likely for a tire going down, and then has to can do a pass-through penalty for running over equipment on pit road. And then another Stephen Parsons caution, well, sort of. This was for oil in turn 1 from his car. And then the weird thing happened. Under caution, Harrison Burton blows his engine. Yeah, that happened. People will be making some burnt pizza jokes there because he was running a Hunt Brothers pizza scheme today. So hate to see that for Harrison. But yeah, ignore the background. You get people talking. Anyway, so a bunch of guys pit. Actually, back to Harrison. He blows the engine. Seems like he lost power as well. So he ends up coming towards the stop on turn 2. Gets some help. Get back to pit road. People decide to pit. Ryan Sieg and Bailey Curry both got speeding penalties. Then the rest of the stage goes green again. And Austin Cindric, he takes the stage 2 victory. Myatt Snider second, Noah Gragson third, Riley Herbst fourth, Brandon Jones in fifth, Jeremy Clements in sixth, Ryan Sieg in seventh, AJ Allmendinger in eighth, Jeb Burton in ninth, and how about Landon Castle in 10th? Yeah, in the 4 car for JD Motorsports. That's awesome to see. We come back from commercial break, and we get to see J.J. Yaley spun off the front bumper of what looked to be Kyle Weatherman's car on pit road into his pit box. So that happened. Colby Howard actually stayed out, so he gets to start on the front row with Austin Cindric on the restart, but he drops back immediately. So no real issues there. Lap 89, Myatt Snider gets loose, gets into Noah Gragson a bit, and Gragson gets into the wall a little bit, but doesn't look like he had much of an issue. Thank you, composite bodies. Although it did look like the car was a little bit slower, but not really much of an issue. Again, the composite bodies. If that happened in the Cup race tomorrow, Gragson would have had to have pit easily. Now, yes, you can hit the wall hard enough with the composite bodies where you do have to pit because of a tire going down, and we'll see that later in the race, but still. And a little while later, Justin Allgaier, coming off the turn, he goes up the racetrack, thinking he's clear. Apparently, he said that he just could not hold on to it, and the car drifted up in front of Riley Herbst. He gets turned. Herbst suffers some front end damage, or he just suffers some damage in general. Allgaier, his day's done. He goes to the garage. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Dexter Bean, and Jeremy Clements stayed out under caution as others pitted. So we get the restart. Ty Dillon ends up having to go to the garage not long after due to a hole in his radiator. His race is done. Kyle Weatherman has to do a pass-through penalty for a restart violation. 60 laps to go. Noah Gragson gets in the wall a little bit. No real issue there. 58 to go. Caution for fluid on the track from Colby Howard. Um, and it was under this caution where Justin Haley reported that he felt like something was locking up in the front end, his words, when he was on the straightaways. So something to keep an eye on. Looked like he'd be all right the rest of the way through. Uh, AJ Allmendinger takes the lead early in stage 3. Brett Moffitt gets the lead, or, Allmendinger was leading for a lot of stage 3, but Brett Moffitt gets the lead with 36 to go. Then 31 to go, Noah Gragson takes the lead. Josh Berry gets it loose. He either got in the wall or damn near got close to getting in the wall a little later on. But he ends up having to go down pit road because the tire went down. He goes a lap down, but he knifed his way through the field to get back on the lead lap. Like he ended up passing Noah Gragson later on. So that happened. Maya Snider gets into the wall a little bit with about 25 to go. Bailey Curry has to take his car to the garage late with a mechanical issue. And then we get down to the final 10 laps of this race. This is where we saw some craziness happen. So, first of all, Brett Moffitt, he ends up getting into the wall with 10 to go, trying to run Noah Gragson down, and he's forced to pit with a right rear tire going down. Now, Moffitt got some help from some lap cars, Jade Buford at one point, and a few others who basically would not get out of Gragson's way. Gragson was leading at the time. Now, you could argue, well, Gragson was committed to running that line on the top as close to the wall as he could possibly get. He touched the wall several times in this race, no real issue. But he gets behind Buford. He thought Buford was going to get out of the way. He doesn't, and it kills a lot of his momentum. Moffitt's able to catch up to him, but Gragson's able to hold on to the lead. I think it's really had to do with Gragson. Gragson was committed to the top, and everybody knows that. He runs up there all the damn time. And yeah, so he's able to hold on to the lead. Next few laps go by, and it looks like, he's got a pretty sizable lead, or a decent lead over Brett Moffitt, or did over Brett Moffitt, now over, I believe, Tyler Reddick at this point. And then Gregson's teammate, Michael Annett, pits with 3 laps to go. And with about 2 or 3 laps to go, tragedy happens. If you're a Noah Gragson fan, you know what I'm talking about if you're watching the race. I believe going into 3 and 4, David Starr, he was giving Noah Gragson room in the corner, and basically and then all of a sudden, Starr blows the right front tire. He comes right up the racetrack, right in front of Noah Gragson. Noah had nowhere to go. He tried slowing it down as much as he could, but it just happened way too fast. Starr gets into the wall. Gragson gets into the back of him and totals the front end. Engine's cooked. Gregson's night is done. Just bad luck 3 races in a row. Because remember, last year we had a lot of double headers because of the COVID shutdown. Homestead was one of the ones that we got double headers at, and both races, Gragson, his car is set up for the long run, and he was doing so well, and then late race cautions happened, and then it fell apart. He couldn't get it going on the short runs, but he can get it going on the long runs with that car at Homestead. And it looked like he was going to win this race. It looked like he was going to avenge those demons. And the demons struck back tonight. It looked like he had the race in the bag. It looked, especially after Brett Moffitt got in the wall himself and had to pit because he had a tire going down. And then, but again, just, man, it's heartbreaking, to say the least. I loved his post-race interview, though. And I think people are going to get this misconstrued. People are going to think he's just referring to David Starr, because when he got interviewed after he got released from the infield care center, I don't have the exact quote written down, but he was referring to, or at least the way I interpret it is, dealing with dipshits or whatever. He was referring to the lap cars that wouldn't get out of his way, coming down to the late, at the very late stage of the race. Again, You saw that with Jade Buford, in the 48 car. Gragson, he's running the top. Everybody knows that, and it looked like Buford just would not get out of his way, and it caused Moffitt to be able to catch up to him. He got right, in 3 and 4 and get up to his back bumper at the time, and he was passing through guys on lap traffic. But again, Gragson was sticking to his line, and he had lap cars, and it seemed like lap cars were just getting in the way. What can you do there? And I tweeted it out. I tagged him. I tweeted out. I felt gutted for him. I love the post race interview though. And everybody's people are either gonna hate on him for it because yes, there was nothing that Starr could do. But again, don't get it misconstrued. I don't think Gragson was just referring to Starr. I'm pretty sure he was referring to a lot of the lap cars that he had to get around at the end of that race, and it just seemed like some of them were just not giving him that room to get around him, with the line that he was taking. So that's just how I feel about it. I love, great soundbite, and we'll just see what happens from here for him. Gregson's gonna get some wins, obviously, but just not off to a good start this season. The 500 was the 500. Things happen. The road course, issues right before the race, and then finally gets back on the lead lap late, gets turned. And then tonight, again, he has that little incident with Snider. He touches the wall so many times, and he's just ripping it around there. And then for this to happen, it sucks. It really does. But we'll just have to see what happens next year. If he's back in Xfinity next year, because he could move up to Cup. We don't know. But anyway, so that happens. Guys come down to pit. We go to overtime. And heading into turn one, or actually coming right off the restart, because everybody fans out off the restart. AJ Allmendinger, if you watch the replay, it looked like he was trying to merge back into traffic. And basically what happened was it looked like he got into Jeremy Clements in his left front, got turned a bit into Brandon Jones, his right rear, and then Allmendinger spun, but he was able to save it, but the caution got thrown out immediately as he spun. Could NASCAR have held it on that a little bit? Maybe, but I think they were just thinking if he can't save it, he's going back into traffic, or he's going to end up in the infield wall, one or the other. So that happens. Allmendinger saves it though, and we get a second overtime. Snider didn't get as good of a restart the first time. Oh, but he did the second time around. Snider, bruh, we get another first-time winner. Michael McDowell won the 500, and then Christopher Bell last week at the road course, and in Xfinity last week with Ty Gibbs. This week, it's Snider getting his first career Xfinity Series victory, holds off the field, gets it done, gets the W. It was looking close at the end. If they had another lap, I think Tyler Reddick would have gotten around him. But yeah, Snider, congratulations on the win. Again, just absolutely gutted for Noah Gragson, but hey, I'm happy to see another first-time winner with Snider. Assuming that the diecast gets offered, if it does, make sure to use promo code ANJJ for free shipping on orders over $20 at Circle B Diecast. And I will see you all in the next video, which, well, actually, I have one more diecast review to upload. Go check out the other ones if you haven't already. And then next video after that will be the Cup Series race review tomorrow night. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. I will see you all next time. Peace.